Alright, part 4. I am back. I have not recorded any videos in a week. I just had to recuperate, regain my sense of self. Went on a long journey from my couch to my bed, and I learned a lot along the way. Welcome back. Part 4 of the Eternal Duelist Soul. We're going to get right into it and start dueling Yugi as I go. I've got a couple updates. I asked some of the members to look into the first 3 parts of this. Basically say like, hey, is this game vibing for you? Met with an astounding 3 different people who gave me feedback. I believe it was Coffee Black, Damien, and ENIAC. Coffee Black and Damien were like, yes, more of this, put it in my veins. ENIAC was like, not a big fan of them not showing the cards, not sure this game vibes with me. All of those are valid, and I appreciate the people who took the time. So now it's your turn, people who aren't YouTube members. Whenever this video goes live, at some point in the future, let me know in the comments, were they right? Are you down to see more? Would you prefer to hold off? Because it's important for a couple reasons. One, I want to find out if my YouTube members have the same tastes as the people who aren't members. I suspect they do, but I'd like to see exactly how much they do. And more importantly, if you're not enjoying it, please let me know. Again, I don't want to have a problem. I had this problem a couple years ago, more than a couple years ago at this point, where I recorded Digimon World 2, and it was the only series I was doing for a while because I was in college and I was a little bit busy. And after about 26 parts, I finally just like canceled it, and I was like, guys, I can't do this anymore. I'm not into this game. I'm not enjoying it. We gotta move on. And then all the comments were like, yeah, I'd gotten kind of sick of it. It wasn't really interesting to me anymore. And I'm like, why didn't any of you tell me that? Like, what do you mean? I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be upset. I'm not like personally invested in the game. Like, I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna keep recording it for the moment. But like, if you're not into it, please tell me, because I will be so much more grateful if you tell me I can switch to a different game that you may enjoy, as opposed to just like you trying to humor me. I will not take offense to it, I promise. The only way I would take offense, realistically, would be if I opened it with like, this is one of my favorite games of all time, I love it, and then by like episode 2 you're like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it, and I'm like, okay, hold on, wait a minute, just let's watch for a little bit longer. There are only a couple of games that I would be that defensive about, so I think you guys are fine. That's part of it. Another part of it, after the last video, I did look up the contents of the super special packs that you get for winning 20 times, and I did find they're actually pretty fucking good. I might have mentioned this in part 3. My memory is a little foggy at this point, but basically, I think I did mention this, but I'm going to reiterate it just in case. Half for my own sake, half for your sake. But I found that the 20 win packs basically combine a bunch of the other packs, which I think I did talk about before, but they are like definitely worth it. So I want to make sure I get at least one of them. I want to get Yugi's before I move on. But after that, we'll see. Oh no. No! Can't believe I fell for this. No. Please no. Oh god. Alright, well, am I gonna have to discard from my hand too? No, interesting. You should not be allowed 8 cards in the hand. I think 7 is the limit. Oh, okay, no, it's 6. Alright, Lesser Dragon, just not doing great here. Okay. But luckily neither is Yugi. Okay. God, I wish I didn't sacrifice Giant Soldier of Stone now, because I could absolutely fucking get him by placing it face down again. But I suppose I should go back on the offensive. Like, I think these kind of videos are interesting to watch. Like, I usually will admittedly throw them on in like the background. Not my own videos, but when I'm watching someone else do it. Like, I like hearing about the Yugi stuff and like looking over whenever I make a big reaction of like, ah, fuck, or whatever. Like, I'm just like casually listening in. But it is, it does come and go. What else? Oh, part of the reason I didn't record for as long was I wanted to take a break because I wanted to make sure I didn't burn myself out, which I didn't, thankfully. But also because I've been feeling kind of down lately. Not feeling at my best. Not due to anything in my life that... Not due to any of the good things in my life, I should say. I'll make this less vague. Now that we're a good 5 minutes in the video. That's not going to come out for months. I tried, so my job had one promotion above me open, so naturally I went for it. Did not get it, which was kind of a bummer. But like, I didn't really even interview for it. It was just sort of like, they basically just said, "Hey, we're gonna go with this person." And I was like, okay. I'm not thrilled about it, but all right. I appreciate you letting me know ahead of time, I guess. And then it happened. That person got the promotion, and it well deserved, might I add. I'm not salty or anything. I'm not like, it should have been me. Like, I get it. I think maybe I was of equal value to said promotion, but like, I understood the logic behind it and whatnot, so I wasn't like super upset. But then it just kind of like, I don't know, a couple things sank in where I was like, okay, so I didn't get that, and there's currently no other like promotions ahead of me. Like, there's not even like a goal to strive for. Because it's one thing when you're working a job and it's like, oh, you know, if I put in the work and I'm here long enough, then I can eventually move up to this job, or if enough time passes, I can apply for this job instead and go for that. And it, yeah, and I don't have that option. It's just sort of like, the only way I'm getting a higher job is if someone quits, which is not a fun feeling. I like my job, and it's not a bad job. It's certainly the best job I've ever had. But I'm also like, I need to know that there's further I can go, because I have aspirations in this life, and I cannot meet them on my current salary. So I would like to keep moving. And the response to that was, well, we're really cracking down on the budget this year. I'm like, okay, so that's the opposite of what I want to hear. That sounds like not only is there nowhere for me to go, you're directly telling me, and you're not getting a raise either. I'm like, oh, sick. I love it here. So I've been feeling a little down. A little not great. Gonna say something, and I hope you excuse my language. It's not very poggers. Not very poggers at all. But, you know, and then there's like stuff like, I'm doing a lot of work for stuff that's coming out, and ironically, the person who got the promotion that wasn't me is thanking me and is showing me proper appreciation. I'm very grateful for it. But the rest of the people above me are not. And I'm starting to get a little salty about it. Like, they'll give like vague things like, oh, great work on everyone who worked on this, and I'm like, it's just me. Like, it's just 3 of us. Like, and you already named the other person. Just tell me. Just say Nick. It gets to me. I don't think of myself as having an ego most of the time. Like, I definitely am a little bit of a narcissist, but I think that's mostly jokes, I think, and I hope. I've truly never gotten to the bottom of it. It's an abyss I don't really want to stare at, because I'm afraid of what I'll find. But, yeah, like, I know who I am. I know what I'm about. Ooh, another guy of the Dragon Champion. Ooh, another Skull Red Bird. No, is that 3rd or 2nd? But yeah, like, I know my lot in life, for the most part, and I continue to try to improve it. So coming back to a point where I can no longer improve it does not sit well with me. It makes me antsy. Okay, I already do have 3 in there. Okay. But, yeah, so then on top of that, I tried to look at a potential transfer, staying in the company but moving out of my department, and it looked like a sure thing by all accounts, and then was not a sure thing by any accounts, and basically got told due to a technicality I couldn't do it, and that also left me bummed out. So I was like, fuck, man, it's not really feeling appreciated, and it's not great. Like, it's weird. It's like, I don't feel like taken advantage of, per se, but I also just don't feel like being thanked properly for the work that I'm doing, or being recognized properly for the work that I'm doing. Like I said, just doesn't sit well. This just makes me feel a little bit, just sort of defeated. But the idea of jumping to a brand new company also scares me, because I have a pretty good job here, despite reaching the limit of said job. It's like, what's a good way to compare it to? It would be like, this is not a one-to-one comparison, but so bear with me. But it'll get the idea across for some people at least. I've got two examples. Ironically, neither of them are from the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. It'd be like in Pokemon. I'm an Eevee with perfect stats. I could be whatever the future decides I could be. But I cannot find a fucking stone, and I cannot evolve. And it is increasingly frustrating that I continue to be unable to evolve and be stuck as an Eevee, because Eevees are great. Everybody loves Eevees. But Eevees do naturally evolve, and being unable to evolve is frustrating. It's like I'm permanently equipped with an Everstone. I'm like, why? Why are you doing this to me? I'm like level 40, or I'm level 30. Why am I still holding an Everstone? What's going on here? That's how it feels like. For Digimon terms, it feels like in Cyber Sleuth or the DS games, it feels like I'm a Digimon that has the ability to Digivolve further, but my current ABI isn't high enough, so I can't go to the next requirement because I can't level up any higher. But also, I can't de-Digivolve to raise it, so I'm just stuck where I am. Perfectly good Digimon, perfectly strong enough, but the further into the game we get, the less effective it is. And the more frustrating it becomes. And you're like, I really like this Digimon, but I can't use him for anything. I gotta start using another Digimon, and that's how it feels. In Yu-Gi-Oh terms, hold on, let me think of this. I can definitely think of a good example. Hold on, I got this. Like, I gotta spin my brain for a little bit. How would it be in Yu-Gi-Oh terms? Yeah, I mean, there's a great example. In Yu-Gi-Oh terms, it feels like the deck is solid. You know you have a good deck, but the opponent the opponent you're going against is playing like okay. They're not playing like really, really well. They're not playing badly either. But you just cannot draw the right cards. They're just slightly beating you every time, and you just cannot. You're just unable to draw the correct cards. You're unable to draw the outs, so to speak. Where it's like, you play a monster with 1600 attack points, they play a monster with 1650. And then you draw a monster with 1700, and they draw one with 1800. And then you can't draw another card that beats that, and then now they're summoning other monsters. And you're just like, I know I have the cards in my deck to beat this, but I just can't draw them. That's how it feels. Just in a weird point. Like, I'm happy with a lot of where I am, but also unhappy with the future possibilities. So, you know, depressing shit. I had a moment where I was, you can picture it, you've seen movies, you've seen TV and all that. I was laying on my bed, one arm off the side, face just like on the bed, not on a pillow, just like on the side of the bed, just sort of laying there, just sitting. And I was going, oh my god, I haven't done this in so... Am I depressed? I haven't been depressed in years. What the fuck? I beat this. I have my life has been largely positive. I haven't experienced a lot of like actual losses in a while. Like a lot of losses that like just like really kick me. And it feels weird. Not a big fan. I don't miss this feeling. I'm doing alright today. I typically try not to, all of this to come back around and say, I try not to record when I'm not feeling great because both illness and mental illness. I try not to record when I'm not feeling at my peak, because then that video is just there forever and it's kind of subpar. I'm not saying it's like a bad video, but like it's not my best. So we're doing alright. Picking myself up a little bit. But yeah, there's also the added bit of like, the only person I told I was going for the other job was my manager. So I was like, I don't want to screw you over. Like, I want to let you know that I'm applying for this. I might not get it, but it looks pretty good. And I told him I didn't get it, and he was like, well, I've got mixed feelings about that, obviously. Like, I'm sorry that you didn't get it, but also it does make my job easier. And I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, and then I said, you know, it goes without saying, but I want to clarify just in case, like, just because I tried to move somewhere else and try to get to a better position does not mean that I will take less pride in my work and will continue to do my job to the best of my ability. And then he didn't respond. And I'm like, what the fuck? You can't leave me hanging on that one. What the fuck? So, like, there's also the nagging, like, feeling in the back of my head where I'm like, now I'm not going to get any, like, good projects because my boss has, like, written me off because he knows I'm a flight risk. It's just a lot of overthinking. A lot of thoughts, just not stopping. That's where I currently am on this one. These are the good videos. These are the ones when I, like, you know, when I actually have shit to talk about. Not when I record 48 videos a week. So yeah, not my favorite, but it's been okay. On the bright side, and I think it is a good bright side, I have been able to get back into video games again. And by video games again, I mean, like, in my private time. Because for a long time, I wasn't doing that. Wait, what is Reaper of Cards? 5-star flip, destroy one trap card on the field, target space down, flip it, yeah. Weird. I thought Reaper of Cards had a different... I might be thinking of the spirit of the cards or something. It's like 300 attack point monster that can't be destroyed by battle. I think it came out when this game was released. We did get another Rogue Doll. That's pretty poggers. Alright, let's see. Let me add Rogue Doll in first, and then we'll figure out what to do after. This is how I find out I already have 3 Rogue Dolls, by the way. He's not. I only have 1. Cool. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I think you know that game. I think you know exactly what you just did to me. Alright, who's getting the axe? I think probably Illusionist, Faceless Mage. I do like this card, but ultimately this doesn't serve my current deck. And then we'll get rid of Sandstone. Cool. 5 more. What else was I gonna say? But yeah, I've been able to get back in video games. I picked up Persona 3. I'm playing it for the first time in many a year. I tried to record a couple episodes a couple years back for the channel, and some people were really into it and some people weren't. So I eventually just kind of put it down because it wasn't really getting any. I hate to say it this way because it sounds so like vapid, but wasn't getting the engagement I was hoping for. So I ultimately did not want to put more time into it in a 120-hour RPG because if I knew I wasn't going to finish it, then I didn't feel good about continuing it. Yeah, but yeah, I've been back into it. It's been fun. It's been a good time, and I am following a guide in that game, so I can figure out the best, or like close to the best way to max out all the social links in one playthrough. For those who've played the game before, I chose the male protagonist. And I'm trying to do like a perfect run. We'll see how well that goes. Battle Steer, huh? What would you activate this on? There's no other cards. What do you mean? Destroy yourself? But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a good time sink. It's got a good gameplay loop. Like I said, I've beaten this game before. Persona 3. A lot of people might not know this. I played Persona 3 for the first time on Vita. Actually, I think I started on PSP and then moved to the Vita, which is a crazy sentence to say and shows my age. Yeah, I started playing it on the Vita, or I'm sorry, on the PSP, and then my first Vita, who was actually my brother's friend who also was staying at our house at the time. He had bought a Vita like impulsively and then found he didn't want it. And I think he either gave it to me or I paid like $100 for it. It was something like silly. Or like maybe even like $50. It was like really cheap if I bought it, like way below market price. And being a different type of gamer than him, I was actually really into it. I was like, wow, there's a lot of games you can play on here. So I was like, oh, well, I was starting to pick away at Persona 3. I had originally tried to play PS2 FES version. There was a downloadable version on the PS3. But I couldn't get into it. Like, I liked the formula, but I like couldn't... It just wasn't clicking. But then when I did the portable version, I liked it more because it felt more streamlined, because all the movement was, like, menu-based, except for inside the actual, like, dungeons. Which to me was a huge plus, because it meant I could, like, actually get through the game. no longer a problem for me because now I just, like, I played 4 and 5 just fine. But that was my first experience with Persona 3, and that was like a couple of years after it had like been out on PS2. And found myself really enjoying it. Ended up beating it. I think I did New Game, or I started New Game Plus, didn't finish it. Eventually moved on to Persona 4 Golden, liked that one even more. And just good times all around, good vibes, good times. And it was strange because I don't want to call the Persona series a hidden gem. Although the argument could be made that before Persona 5, they weren't as popular in the West. I would try and make that argument, but then you guys would argue with me, so I don't want to do it. I'm of the personal belief that Persona had not taken off in the West. Like, some people had played it, but not everyone. It's certainly, like, it wasn't unpopular. I think the games kept their price pretty high, because I worked at GameStop when I was in high school. And I think Shin Megami Tensei 3 or Persona 3 and Persona 4 both stayed like 40 or 20 like dollars used, and that was a lot back then. Because most games, like, after a certain amount of time would just go to like 10, 5. Even if they were great games, they just wouldn't be selling. So there were very few that would like keep their price point. And those are definitely one of them. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. But again, I haven't really played since that initial playthrough. That would have been like 10 years ago at this point, or maybe even over 10. And I'm enjoying it, getting back into things, just slowly but surely. I am going to go for the Platinum, which I believe is currently bugged for some people. Some people can get it without issues, some people can't. But I'm excited. I don't know if I'm going to roll right into Persona 4 after. I don't think that's a good formula for success. I think I should change games at that point. Just because I don't want to, like, again, burn myself out. But yeah, very good gameplay loop. It's hitting all the things. It's definitely, like, it's not that it aged badly, it's just, like, it's not, having played a lot of 4 and 5, it's definitely, like, the game that came before those, and I know how that sounds as I say it out loud. But what I mean by that is, like, there's a lot of quality of life stuff that 4 and 5 do, that 3 has not yet done, that I'm sort of just like, oh, right, I have to just, like, put up with this. And also, I don't think the dialogue is well written, if that makes sense. I don't think it's a translation issue, I think it's just a product of its time. Where it wasn't, it's not bad by any means, it's just like, some of the more smaller stories are kind of like, real quick and like, dirty, and they're not really like as drawn out as they are in 4 and 5, which again, it's fine, it's not like a bad thing, it's just different. And then Tartarus is, if you don't know, the main dungeon mechanic in 3 is that you're basically going through a tower, and you can only go through so much before like each like story boss, and you'll have to go through a bunch of the floors that are like procedurally generated all through the time. It's not a roguelike by any means, it's just that the floors change every night, or every time you exit or enter them. And I found that I was getting claustrophobic, because I'm the kind of person who will try and, because there's like a time mechanic in the game if you haven't played it, where you can only do so much per day, and there's only so many days in the playthrough, which I love. I think that's a great game mechanic, I think more games should do it. I think Dead Rising is the most famous example of a time mechanic in a video game, but Persona definitely would probably be second. But in order to not quote-unquote waste a day, I will usually try and go through Tartarus in one night, like get as far as I possibly can before the game stops me. But that means I'm in there for like 2 hours, 3 hours. And it's just like, after a while, when you're looking at like the small cramped spaces, my brain starts to like melt a little bit. I start to feel like uncomfortable, like my breathing feels weird. I don't think I get claustrophobic, I think I get extended claustrophobic, if that makes sense. Like if it's for a really long time in like a closed enclosed space, then I start to feel it, but that's about what it takes. Today's the day for a duel tournament sponsored by the local card shop, where you're a regular customer. Of course, you've been invited to participate. Since the duels are held in match format, your side deck is sure to play a vital role. Move to your assigned seat and your opponent arrives. If you can't even breeze through a duel tournament, you might as well forget competing in the championships. Hey, yo, I'm Joey Wheeler. I've got my eye on being the top duelist. Well, you're not who I need to beat, but I do need to beat you, 10 times, so I guess it's not wasted. Okay. Hopefully the rewards are worth it. I think they were good last time. Or maybe they were mediocre. I think it was the weekly Yu-Gi-Oh! That was good. Oh, but then they gave me that fake Egyptian God, or fake Winged Dragon of Ra card, so I don't know if it's really good. Ooh, a Regeki and a Jellyfish, huh? That's a strong start. I do need another monster. I can't summon Dark Magician. Alligator Sword. I have the inverse of your attack and defense. Stalemate. Everyone knows alligators can't beat jellyfish. That's just nature. No, don't play cards face down. Get out of here. Stop it. Stop it, you. I got Snatch Steal. Actually, that'll work pretty well. I do have to worry about his face down, but I also have Called Haunted, so I'll be okay. Even if they destroy me, I'll be okay. Unless he, Mystic Space Typhoons this, which he could, I guess. I suppose there's nothing stopping him. Alright, let's see how bad this is. Do I wait a turn to attach the Black Pendant to Dark Magician? I don't think I do. I think I just go right for it. God, I love this art of Dark Magician. It's so good. Oh wait, no. I have 7 tools of the Bandit. I'm fine. I don't think I've had to use it once, so like I forgot it was an option. Boo-doo-doo-doo. I think it only works on trap cards too. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Do I call the Haunted Jellyfish? It could give me an extra attack, but I don't know that I need it. I might hold on to it just in case something happens. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, he did have something. Ooh, Mirror Force, huh? That's depressing. Or it would be. Reverse card, open. Chat, I'm going to ask you a very personal question, and feel free not to answer. Are you more of a 7 Tools of the Bandit type of person, or a Dark Bribe type of person? 7 Tools of the Bandit negates this trap card, and it costs you, the player who activates it, 1,000 life points to activate. Dark Bribe does the same, but it has the player draw 1 card. So which is it? Which way, Western man? I think it depends on the situation. I like them both in different decks. I think 7 the Tools of the Bandit is better for like a jank deck like this, but Dark Bribe is better in some more defensive decks. Maybe if you want to try and like deck out your opponent. I've never been very good at deck out decks. I've done it a couple times in Legacy of the Duelist. They're difficult to make. They're definitely not as easy as burn decks. Burn decks I'll do any day, because those are super easy to make and they're fun and quick. And mean. I should have kept it. I should have kept it. I knew I shouldn't have fucking used Call of the Haunted. I should have trusted my judgment. Devastating. Well, I feel really bad now. Well, it'll buy me some time. We'll save Regeki for when Joey gets a stronger monster. Okay, Magic Jammer. Monster Reborn, huh? Can you not, though? No, I'm not gonna Magic Jam it. I'll just Regeki on his turn. That is unfortunate. That sucks. That did so much. Joey's got a pretty good deck, actually. He's got some pretty powerful spell and trap cards. Alright. Give me 1 turn, please. No, don't do this. Okay. This is bad. Swords of Revealing Light, huh? I might save that and use it with magic, or as Magic Jammer fodder. If I get into real trouble, which I think it will happen sooner than later for me. I'll use swords. Oh, skull dice. 5, huh? Oh, he played it in defense mode. Its defense isn't even that good. Oh, shit. Fuck. Alright. I'm tempted to play swords. Just to protect myself. I think I will. I'll also direct the subject of his ire. Ah, he's played it in attack mode too. What an asshole. Okay. Penguin Soldier face down. That's good. Because I should be able to kick both of his cards back to the hand next turn. Okay. We didn't even attack. Interesting. Oh, I guess he has to sacrifice to attack, right? He didn't have the option to. Penguin Soldier saving the fucking day, dude! Let's go! Started this video with it harassing me. Ended the video with it saving me. Well, not ending the video, but... You know. Both of your cards back. Get them the fuck out of my face. But yeah, I've been enjoying Persona 3 a lot. I think it's fun. Found out I wasn't enjoying One Piece Odyssey, which is a bummer. I had a similar problem. I was feeling claustrophobic in that game when I was playing it because Luffy, or all the characters move really slow, even with like the run button in that game, which did not, like, I didn't like. I don't like moving like that slow. But also all of the areas are like corridors. Like, they have these really, like, well-designed set pieces, but the actual areas you can move are all, like, very tiny, like, narrow spaces. They're, like, narrow little roads, and it was starting to annoy me. Starting to feel like the game thought it was bigger than it was, or, like, was hiding that it wasn't as big. I'll go back to it, but, I came to the conclusion that with all the games that are coming out that I'm excited for, my time is valuable. I know it's crazy that I have to say this out loud. I normally wouldn't really say that with video games. Like, I'm happy to give a game a shot, or if like a game takes me longer than whatever, it doesn't really bother me. But with so many and my backlog ever increasing, my time is valuable. So if I'm not immediately like into a game, if I'm like kind of forcing myself to play through it, hoping it gets better, I think it makes sense to put it down for a little bit. That is a bummer. I wish he hadn't done that. I should be able to summon Dark Magician next turn, but it will use a lot of my resources, which I'm not psyched about. That's me, Giant. They said he couldn't be summoned. Oh, fuck, he attacked the right way, too. Yes. I guess it doesn't really matter. In the end. Ooh, Snatch Steal is even better. I'm glad I waited. Okay. Let's grab this. I think his face down card. Oh, he's chaining a card. Magic Jammer. No. Okay, it's fine. That's okay. That does kind of take away my fear, so I'm not as worried about it anymore. Okay, so Rogue Doll comes out, and then Monster Reborn on... I guess it doesn't really matter what I take. Let's take Viva Warrior. Louise! Okay. And then summon Dark Magician. Okay. I'm gonna go for his Axe Raider. He has no defense for it. I have other cards in my hand, so I can deal with his other cards as well. Not that worried about it. No Regeki, no Regeki. Heavy Storm is also bad. Oh, he Heavy Stormed and Regeki'd me, dude. What the fuck? What is this fucking monster? Alright, I got Axe Raider at least, so I can still attack over him. But Jesus Christ, dude. This motherfucker. He's got me on the ropes here. I'm glad it's best 2 out of 3, because I'm not convinced I'll win this one. I'm pretty much flying by the seat of my pants here. I think my deck is better monster for monster. Oh my god, I can't believe he did it. The Mad Lad. He actually fucking used Panther Warrior. I'm so upset. Alright, I'll summon that face up. I don't think he'll attack me with Panther Warrior this turn. Oh, that's not good. Oh, Battle Steer. Okay, he will attack me with that. I'm in trouble. I need help. Please. Oh no, this is really bad. I think I lost here. Unless I draw something like this. I still need to draw at least one monster. Okay, he summoned Red Eyes, which is interesting. Okay. That's a good start. If I can draw a second monster, Buster Blader will absolutely clean his clock. And that works. Okay. Last turn of the swords. I took Dark Magician back, which feels mean. Okay, well this really works. Alright, I'm going to summon Buster Blader, who is absolutely going to be the thumbnail for this one. Thank you for all of your contributions today, Buster Blader. They have been fantastic. I cannot believe I came back from this. I'm not convinced I have yet. Yeah, how do you like Regeki, you asshole? Okay. It's cool to have a monster. Like, I wasn't expecting Buster Blader's effect to be that useful this early. So I didn't think there would be that many dragon users. But here they are. You goddamn right, play a card in defense mode. That's all you can do. But also, just like the spell and traps have been super helpful. I can't believe it's come down to this much. Like, this was honestly like a really good duel. It was very touch and go. Oh, not change of heart, please. Don't do this to me. Don't extend my suffering. The good news is I think I win this turn. 4,100 attack points. You're goddamn right. Means I lost. Just don't seem to draw the cards I need at the right time. You very much did. If I pulled the right cards, I could have beat you with my eyes closed. That Swords of Revealing Light was very crucial to that. I don't think I could have won without it. Can you not just give me fucking Red Eyes, please? I did get another Giant Soldier of Stone. That's a good get. Wasn't I supposed to get something else? What's the point of the weekend duel again? I already forgot. I thought I was supposed to get something. Is it literally just like the game being like, no, work harder today? You face winning gives you the normal prize. Yeah, what the, I think I went through this reaction last time. What the fuck? Why? Why does it give a normal prize? Why am I dueling twice and only counting the record as once? This feels like bullshit. They didn't even give me like better luck, which feels also mean. Okay. What was I looking for again? Giant Soldier of Stone, yes. Hello, my friend. We'll definitely welcome you here. It might be time for one of the Louise to go. As much as I appreciate that. Oh, let's see. Who has the lowest attack power right now? I think 1200 is the lowest I have in my deck. Lesser Dragon makes more sense because it's less attack, or I'm sorry, less defense. So we'll go with that. I'm just gonna search here. Penguin Knight has a use, so he stays. Yeah, he's the lowest. Alright, I don't care how long this one is. I'd like to beat Yugi today and start getting that new pack, please. I really can't drag this out longer than that. I don't think I'm going to go for Joey's right away. I think I'm going to move on to the next Duelist and start dueling at random or something like that. But I recognize that we've been doing a lot of the same duels. And so it's not lost on me. Ooh, I don't know if I should play defensively on the first turn. I think it was fine. Okay, Harpy Lady. Let's play Crawling Dragon number 2. He played Giant Eye. Oh, you trap hold me. Or so you thought. I don't care about my own life points. Man, that's twice 7 Tools of the Bandits come in handy after not using it for the first 5 videos. That's pretty funny. Alright, I think I got this, Yuki. I suspect your hand is not very good. It's funny, because when you play the AI enough, you start to understand their hand and their deck makeup a little bit more. Like, I have a pretty solid idea of Yugi's deck. and it's funny because I think I noticed this in Forbidden Memories as well. For some reason, that's the game that always sticks out to me the most about this. Even if their deck has a couple good monsters, they always seem to draw them. But once they're done, once they've like exhausted their good monsters, the rest of their monsters are kind of trash. Which is interesting. And outside of what I would have expected. I think the biggest problem with early Yu-Gi-Oh! Like this is that you can't really search your deck that well. Which, honestly, I can't decide if that's better or worse for Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that's what sets apart, or that's what makes modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So, like, unbearable, is that every card lets you search your deck, and it lasts for 20 fucking minutes, and the duel is 4 turns, but each turn is, like, 15 minutes. Whereas back here, it was just like, no, you play the cards you drew. And that's that. I wonder if that's the... I've been trying for a while to think of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Could, like, go back to more simplistic times. And it's not lost on me that the genie is probably out of the bottle on that one. I don't think you can, take that back without, like, fully resetting the game or going the Magic the Gathering way and being like, okay, only this set is allowed at this time. But I'll keep thinking about it. I know that everybody's waiting for me to figure it out, and I'm going to do my best, so... I'll get Konami on the phone when I'm done and just be like, hey, guys, I got it. And they'll be like, oh my god, no way. I could have added another Giant Soldier of Stone in my deck, but I chose not to. Just for the sake of time. Is it not my turn? Oh, I have to draw, that's right. Boy, auto draw would be great. Do-do-do-do. Okay, strong opening hand here. Pretty happy with it. My deck is slowly becoming more consistent, and I'm actually here for it. I can feel the progress, and I'm happy for it. I think it's been a good growth. I don't have any sacrifice monsters, so it doesn't really make sense to try and stall this out. Do-do-do-do. But yeah, what I was saying about the opponents, like, kind of using up their good monsters and then just having bad ones, like, their deck balance isn't very good, I feel like. I feel like a lot of it is based on luck. I think the weekend duel, they might have a slightly better deck than normal. But, not now. I'll play this in defense mode to try and bait him. And quietly be annoyed that I have Mystic Space Typhoon in my hand and no way to cancel its effect activation. Yeah, you can't just hold circle, you can in the late games. Upsetting. Although this game was doing a lot for the time period, so I am lenient with it to an extent. You fool! So you sealed your own doom! Okay. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, these last two duels are going much faster. Even with my deck being not terrific. Okay. We're making pretty good time here. Just give me a fucking red ice, please. I don't know what I did to deserve this ire. I've gotten so much garbage from that pack. Hold on, what are we at? 18? Okay. 2 more. Alright, you play along. Okay, another Giant Soldier of Stone. Maybe I should add that third one to my deck. I keep drawing it, and it's been very helpful. Reborn, Swords, Penguin Soldier. We'll leave Penguin Soldier for, as an oh shit button. Oof. Not good for my defensive strategy. That does sting a little. Trying to get better at attacking during speed up. Being met with mixed results. Snatch Steal, but I have nothing to sacrifice, so it's not really helpful. I do love that they really can't help but attack my face down monsters. How many walls do I have now? I think I have 1 Aquamador, 1 Mystic Elf, and then 3 Giant Soldiers of Stone. Only 2 in the deck right now, though. Maybe I have a couple Aquamadors, I'm not sure, but it is helpful. Okay, Louise, great. What do you have, 4,800? So I have 13, 15, I think I have enough to swing here. If I snatch Steel away. Could have also used Monster Reborn on one of those monsters, I realize now, but it's fine. God, Snatch Steel is such a menace. Snatch Steel and Change of Heart and Brain Control are such really gross cards. They fuck up combos so easily. Especially in older Yu-Gi-Oh! In new Yu-Gi-Oh! It'll be like some bullshit effect where it's like, oh, I can't be targeted by so-and-so because I'm an anime girl. I'm like, oh, sorry, I forgot the rules about anime girls. Today is delivery day for your copy Yu-Gi-Oh! Weekly. Open the pages to see the 5 cards I've obtained this time. Doron, my beloved. Polymerization. Okay, that's pretty good. Polymerization, which art though? Yes! Yes, we got the good art! Yes, dude! So I do know the answer to this. I don't know why in the TCG this isn't the art. Or at least it wasn't at first. I think this was the art for polymerization in the manga, and I think it was also the art in the anime. So I don't know what happened between that and the US version. Like, there's nothing wrong with this art. Like, I don't know why it's like banned or like not the widely produced one. I wonder if they knew that polymerization was going to be a common card, so they tried to reduce or try to simplify the design to make it easier to print. And I just assume capitalism is involved somehow. Every time art gets worse, it's capitalism's fault. Okay. We've got a pretty solid opener here. I think I can win this one pretty easily. Dare I say. Alright, I need you to play a card face down, Yugi. That also works. Okay, so I'm gonna do... Ooh, do I Snatch Steel or Dark Magician? Yeah, let's do it. Kind of a waste of, Oh, I got it. It was my own effects. I was like, what? Huh? Kind of a waste, but I think it's fine. Do I have Call the Haunted? That might be helpful here. Hold on. What are my actual face downs? No. Okay. That's fine. It would have been a super big hit if I did. I've done 5,000 damage that turn. You know what else I want? What I'm thinking about now. I really want a Summon Skull. I really want a Summon Skull. Can I use Trap Hole? No. I guess I could Magic Jam this, but I don't need to. Yeah, I played in defense mode. I'm fine. Ooh, and swords, huh? This one I will not allow. Even at the cost of Summon Skull. I suppose I could have, Oh, I have my own Monster Reborn. Nice. Oh, wait, I can use that immediately. I get to use Summon Skull after all. Arise. But yeah, Dark Magician Summon Skull Fusion would be super cool. So, I think I know the answer to this. I believe... I don't remember Summon Skull's actual name in Japanese. I think it might be something Archfiend. Which is... The entire Archfiend, like, archetype is based on Summon Skull. And because of the English translation made, like, 20 years ago, they have to add at the end of all of Summon Skull's cards, this card is treated as an Archfiend, which is so funny to me. It's one of those weird things where the translations directly fuck with archetypes sometimes. And I think that's fascinating, that happens at all. He just Time Wizard me? And fail? Oh my god, that could have been so much worse. Holy shit, dude. I need another monster. This is upsetting. I can't believe Yugi just tried to Time Wizard me. Time Wizard's like the ultimate Hail Mary. I haven't looked. I'm sure like the Wikia lists this, but I would love to know in the anime, or even in the manga, how many times Joey uses Time Wizard and how many times it's successful versus unsuccessful. I would love to know. I feel like that stat would be fantastic. Like you find out he used it 8 times, and it only failed twice on a 50-50 coin flip, and you start to be like, is it 50-50 then? Is it 50-50? I think Time Wizard might be loading his fucking clock. Joey might be cheating over here. Alright, that should have unlocked it. It's too bad, but I guess I just lost. I think I might change the number of cards in my deck so it'll flow better. Give me an edge in our next game. Have you managed to reinforce your deck? Did you know that you can now select a new booster pack? Select it when you've got the chance. Thanks, not Dad. Wait, this isn't... What the fuck is this? Where did these come from? Okay. Why did I get a card pack? Why did I get that instead of choosing a card pack? What do you mean? What do the calendars say? Wait. I can't... What was yesterday? What? That wasn't from the booster pack, was it? It might have been. Weird. Alright, let me do one more duel then. Who's the other one I have to beat? Oh, actually, Joey was one of the ones I had to beat, so maybe it's good we fought him on the weekend duel, now that I think about it. I guess I was wrong. Listen, balancing a lot in my head at once. Surely you can forgive me at some point. And then Giant Soldier of Stone. Cool. Okay, let's get rid of Louise twice. I'm sorry, Louise, you're just not cutting it anymore. I have 7 Beaver Warriors. Nothing to do with them. Sick, dude. Yeah. Let's go after Joseph. Waiting for you to show up. You and friends are just tough to beat with you. At least I got a chance. I don't think that's true, Joey. I'm kind of undefeated against you. Okay. He's got 1 card face down. Just kidding. He has no cards face down. And 1 defensive monster. I don't think Joey really has wall monsters. This is also one thing that kind of annoys me about this game a little bit, is that it doesn't have auto-targeting. Like, there's only 1 spell I could possibly destroy. Like, surely that's the card that I would use, right? Skull Dice, huh? I don't fucking think so. Alright, we have Summon Skull. And Rogue Doll. Probably upgrade Rogue Doll to Summon Skull next turn. And also attach the Black Pendant. Or maybe I'll attach the Black Pendant to Rogue Doll or Skull Red Bird instead, and just summon both of them, because I think that's more attack power total. Okay, that's not good. I guess I have to do that anyway, regardless of my other plans. I guess it's required now, because I can't swing over without it. I might still use this as a sacrifice for Summon Skull, and then just let them eat the 500 life point damage. We'll see, though. Undecided. Ooh, Heavy Storm. And a defense monster. Interesting. Interesting. That's not what I wanted to. It's fine, though. Doesn't affect anything. Oh. Yes, it does. I picked the wrong card. Huh. Maybe we'll do it this way. No, I'll stick to my plan originally. I meant to summon Skull. I was like, maybe 2 Skull Red Birds would be better, actually, but no, I'll stick to it. I'll stick to my original plan, for better or worse. Rewind is only for when I make a mistake. Like, not like, just doing something other than what I intended. Which is a power you're allowed to get when you also set up a rewind button. Okay. Alright, some more soldiers. For the cause. Joey is definitely tougher than Yugi. I'm not really at a point yet where I feel like I can reasonably, like, just beat the shit out of Joey 20 times. So we'll probably move on. Then we will move on in the next part. Because I don't have the confidence that I can beat Joey in a timely manner. Whereas if I go back later, I can. I want to make sure I... My voice is going a little bit. I want to make sure I got at least 1 of the, like, 20 victory packs. I think it's pretty important. Is my voice going away? That would be really bad. I've got other videos to record. I hope not. Okay. Oh, I know what's coming. Hold on. I know what card this is about to be. Ooh, I didn't know it was going to be that card. That's upsetting. I thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be magical arm cannon. Okay, Garuzi's is not great for me. Hollow Haunted's better though. I guess I'll just play monster in attack position just to bait him. Don't tell me this is his comeback, by the way. I can't handle it. Baby Dragon. Perfect. I hoped you would play it this way. I'm gonna ruin your attack. Now, will he destroy it this turn? I sure hope not. That would be very not cool of him. Okay. I think I'm okay. And I think I can just swing right over it. Alright, jeez, I lost. And we have a new card pack we can pick from. Now, supposedly this is based on the actual Legend of Blue Eyes pack, which is the first one you've released in the US. I think I mentioned that before, but I'm like really fucking stoked about it. So, let's go for it. Power of Kashin, huh? What do you do again? Oh, why are you rare? That's not worth it. It's just Aqua Monsters. Trial of Nightmare, or Mammoth Graveyard. Two-pronged attack could be interesting. Select and destroy 2 of your monsters and 1 of your opponent's monsters. It's the reverse of the Icarus attack, the Winged Dragon, or I'm sorry, the Winged Beast trap card. All Dragon-type monsters are defense and cannot change positions. This was not a great pack, if I'm being honest. This is not terrific. I can't use any of this. But that's it for today. We got more weekly Yu-Gi-Oh coming up. We got a weekend duel. Where's monthly Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the good one. Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Adios.